I probably should like test audio before I go live. That seems to be all working. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Evolution League Racing. We have round number 2 today of season 4, and as Q1 is just getting underway. We've got an 18-minute session. We've got 16 minutes of that remaining, in which the driver's going to hope they can get themselves into the second part of qualifying, using as few tyre sets as possible, of course. And yeah, so got the first couple of drivers just starting their qualifying runs. There's a chance we have another couple joining later on, which would be nice. We could potentially have a full grid. We are currently missing both Haas drivers because one of them will hopefully be joining, another one might join depending on how it goes. And so yeah, you got Spitfire Boy and Dr. Grey just on a lap there, with the first of the two just coming around the last couple of corners into turn number 13, sorry, and then around the final corner of 14. Use the DRS and runs up to the line for the first run of qualifying. It's a 1:17.1, and you can expect that to be a couple seconds off what the pole time will be. It's always going to be a few seconds off. You're never going to do the absolute perfect lap in Q1. Dr. Grey is going to be the next car to the line. He's just coming around the last corner now. He's got an Aston Martin just in front of him. We'll give him a very slight tow, but it'll be a too minimal effect. 17.0 for Dr. Grey there as he goes to that provisional P1 time, 7 tenths faster than what Spitfire Boy was able to manage. But again, in Q1, it won't be too bad. It's quite a short circuit with not too many corners, so the gaps are always fairly close here as Hartz comes across the line with a 17.6 to go a tenth faster than what Spitfire Boy was able to do. He's got Claudio just behind him as well, who was thankfully able to join. Then it's Messi coming around the last couple of corners, and then we get back to Spitfire Boy. So Dr. Gray's just disconnected. Hold up. I have way too many EA friends. Too many friends just a whole. You know, popular people problems. I've got too many friends. Willow Aspie coming down into the final sector as well should hopefully get herself up in the order a little bit as she comes through the final couple of corners of the final corner of turn 14 with the DRS heading up towards the line. Goes P1 with 1:16.3. And yeah, should be safe enough to get into Q2. Messi gone up into P3, Om's gone up into P4. I've sent another invite. I sent one. I'll do it again, I guess. Where is he there? What the hell are you doing? Mystic's gone up to P5 with a 1:17.4. No one being able to get really close to what Aspie's done so far. Okay. Don't question it. Just move on. 75 from Galaxy into P6. So Mercedes there of Unitos, who's just going again. He's on a 17.6 so far. And a few other cars coming around the last couple of quarters. That's not Giannuzzi going slowly in the last sector. That is Messi, who's just on his in-lap. Giannuzzi is heading through that middle sector now. And being tailed by a few drivers just starting, or possibly just coming back into the pit lane. So I do believe Giannuzzi is actually going to be the next car to the line, unless one of the Aston Martins is on the lap, which neither of them are. As he heads down into turn number 11, gets it rotated through, and then into the flat-out right-hander of 12, into the braking zone of 13, and then the right-hander of turn number 14 after that one, with the DRS as well, heading down towards the line. Dr. Gray has joined back. Giannuzzi across the line, 1:17.0 to go into P2, but 7 tenths off what Willow's managed so far. The Sauber, well, Alessa goes into P11 with an 18.2. And then Tech Sport, 16.4 to go a 10th off. While Willow managed at the top, not bad at all, but she still stays there. Unitos there with a 1:17.2. Then it's the Alpine around the last corner, who I believe is Claudio. And Gallett's coming into the pit lane. Charlotte then, the next car, heading through the last couple of corners. Same battery before she puts the foot down on the run to the line. 1:16.6 to go, 2 tenths behind what Tech Sport was able to do, and into quite a comfortable P3 should be more than enough to take part in Q2. As N there goes into P3 with a 16.6 as well. Tech Sport now disconnected. I think I'm going to be dealing with an awful lot of this. It doesn't even show him online, so that's a good start. Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it, when it just doesn't show people online. I'll get him back when when I can. Yeah, most of the drivers just heading back into the pit lane now. Not too many still on laps. Hart, though, half a second up as he heads through the middle sector, coming down into the last. He's got that sector split in a short while's time. 6.5 tenths up, as he really gained all that time through the one corner of the one chicane of turn 6 and 7, heading down into turn number 11. Now going to get it stopped as best as he can, rotated through, and back on the power again, heading around into turn 12. It's not quite flat out, it's a little bit of a lift, maybe a bit of a brake depending on the grip competence, and he's disconnected. So that's a problem. Did his PC just shut off? Quite possibly. It's been doing that quite a bit. Wait, let me check. Did his PC just turn off? Yes, it did. Okay. Yeah. Not ideal. Ains going out again. Giannuzzi's retired. He's confident with his P5 time, with his 1:17.0. And it's down through Sector 1 and is going to back off. Claudio still not posted a lap as of yet. And him and Anne are the only two on the circuit. Claudio's probably going to be back into the pit lane. Which, yes, he is. There's a chance he's used 2 sets already. Tech Sport's retired in P2. That does mean Willow's safe with that 16.3, no matter what happens. She won't be knocked out from here. And so, yeah, but just everyone back in the pit lane. Now, Om's now Why is everyone disconnecting? This is fun. A now retire, yeah. The retirements are starting to come in. Pretty much everyone in the 16s will be safe. Realistically. And R34 still not a lap. He's just only just going out for the first time. I think EA servers are being dodgy. It's FIFA Team of the Year, so everyone is on the game. And so that's just going to put a strain on all EA servers, which has a knock-on effect of screwing over F1. So this is probably going to be a bit rough. But yeah, I think that's just how it works at this time of, at this time of the year, unfortunately. As R34 heading around the final couple of corners, heading into turn number 30. Now he's going to try to get it stopped, rotated through, back on the power again, and has the blast to the line now as the last thing in between him and the checkered flag. Oh, not the checkered flag, but he goes P3 with 116.4. Mystic on an outlap, Claudio on an outlap. Why is Charlotte going again? Why is Charlotte going again? What is the point? So, yeah. At the moment, we've still got a few drivers yet to set laps. Hoping that there will be more of them. I can't word. Words aren't word. I'm tired. It's a Friday. It's it's early January or mid-January. How is it mid-January? Yeah. It's a day that's happened. I'm tired. I don't really want to be. No, I don't mean that. I do want to be here, but like, the words are not doing as words should. Really. As Claudio just heading down into the final sector. LCE, LS, I don't know. Coming into the last corner around turn number 14, blasting up towards the line. And 17.6 go up into P14. Will it be enough? I wouldn't be confident with that lap. As yeah, that's Claudio going up into P10 with a 17.2. And Olaf just coming around the final corner. He'd be hoping to get himself comfortably through into Q2. Got enough time to back off and go again if needs be. Charlotte might complete the lap here, even though she has really no reason to. Being in P5, she should be more than safe, being over a second from drop-off. She crossed the line. She's down. Doesn't improve in the end. This theme of disconnect is going to be rough if it keeps up like this. It's like someone disconnecting every few seconds. Well, that's what it feels like, at least. And it's all because it's Team of the Year, honestly. It's because just the EA servers have been completely overloaded. Or that would be my best guess. Who's that Aston Martin? That's Mystic. Oh! No, that's Mystic. In the barriers. And with a bit of front wing damage. Was likely through anyway. There's a bit more front wing damage. And realistically he was through anyway, but that's not ideal. Yeah, Zunatos coming around the last corner, heading up to the line. He should probably be safe in that position, but he goes in P7. Should be more than enough to see him through. Then the Red Bull behind, I believe, is it's not Spitfire Boy, it's Olaf, who does go fastest with a 1:15.9, 4/10 of a second. Faster than what we've seen so far. Spitfire Boy will be the next car to the line as well, heading into the last couple of corners. Rotate it through turn 14. Then we'll get back on the power again with the DRS heading up towards the line, and we'll see, can he get himself through? And out! Yes, he can! A 1:17. 0.1 should be enough. It'll be close. With Mystic down in P12, we still got Om in that drop zone. Hearts isn't going to go again. LS I don't think is either, so I think Spitfire Boy will be through here as Gellert comes across the line. He's invalidated. Does a 1:15.5. Didn't improve anyway. And yeah, he's not going to be improving. Om probably will improve, but he doesn't need to. There's not time to go again for anyone currently in the pit lane, so eliminated in Q1 will be Hearts, LS, and Toya. One of those on pace, other two due to external circumstances. But yeah, Q1 all but wrapped up now with 30 seconds to go. And yeah, I'm coming around the last corner. Gellert is not on a lap as the checkered flag now falls. Om's the only driver still out on a lap. He doesn't need it. He's through into Q2, but he's going to go for it anyway. Because unnecessary things are what does best. And yeah, he's 8 tenths up through Sector 1. Is there a chance Om's up there? I mean, if he finds another 6 tenths around the lap, which he could do if he's got that much time in it. He's 8 tenths up. That would put him up to 16.7, around where Unitos is. Yeah, could be up there. Apart from the fact that he has absolutely no battery. That's not going to help. Now here he comes around the final corner to end off Q1, and we'll see where he can jump himself up to. Didn't get to see P9. A sick. No network connection. Well, I think there must be a network connection, considering I'm still streaming. EA servers are having a great time. Servers are going to be really dodgy today. Might have to restart the game. This is going to be a rough day. Yeah, unable to connect. Yada, yada, yada. Right, I can... Cool. Okay. Yeah, Charlotte hosting should be more than fine. So long as she doesn't disconnect either. Right. And the opening round of Q2 are upon us. I did press spectate, not join session, so we will be fine. So yeah, Dr. Gray and Unitas, the first two out in Q2. If you want to do 2 runs, you need to go fairly soon. There probably is enough time to do 3. Because it's a 14-minute session, I think. Maybe 15. No, it must be 15 if they've got here at this point. Or maybe it's like 14:30 or something. I don't know. But yeah, there must be. Yeah. But there is enough time to do 3 runs if you so choose. But no one really will be doing 3 in Q2. I now need to invite Gellert, so I didn't even know it disconnected. Yeah, this is going to be a long day if it keeps up like this. But yeah, Dr. Gray taking us through turn number 5 into 6. A quick flick to the right, and then it's back on the power all the way down this straight with a bit of DRS. Not very much DRS, all things considered. It's really horrible how like you just barely get DRS down here at all. It's not good. Before it's another high-speed chicane of turns 9 and 10 into more DRS down into turn number 11. It's going to get stopped and rotated it through into another 90-degree-ish right of turn number 12. Keeps it just within the white lines on the exit. He's got a Mercedes in front of him. He's going to which he's going to hope gets out of the way. That's coming back into the pit lane. Dr. Gray comes around the final corner, and we'll see. Well, the first run of Q2 is going to be Toya's now disconnected. It's a 16.5 from Dr. Gray. Unitas across the line is going to follow up with a 17.7 invalid. Gellert has joined. Toya has gone. Yeah, it's going to be a really rough day with servers. This is not going to be fun. Why did we choose today? Toya's race. I know it's always been Fridays, but yeah, EA servers are not coping very well with Team of the Year. It's the fact that it's a completely unrelated game and EA servers can't handle it. Like, it's not the same game, but there's so much. There's just so much traffic going onto EA servers that they just can't handle it. There's Claudio coming across the line, goes in P2 with the 117.7. That won't stay P2 for all that long. Might have been a new tyre run to give Claudio the benefit of the doubt. He did a lot of laps in Q1, so he won't have all that many tyre sets left in Q2. That's Dr. Gray back into the pit lane already, been and gone. Before we've even had a 3rd lap set as Aspie coming around the final corner with the DRS as well, heading across the line. 16.2 to go a couple of. What did you do in Q1? I can't remember. But what was it? Olaf has done a 16.1. I think they were into the 15s just about, or am I misremembering? I really can't remember. No, I think they were like low 16s in Q1. I'm tired. It's not my fault. Giannucci goes P4 with a 116.8. Mystic 17.8 as well. And that's an Alpine coming around the final corner. Might be Claudio, which it is. He's coming back into the pits. Messi going to be the next car across the line. He's just on an outlap, just starting. What a flyer. There's one of the Haas cars. It's Ayan just heading down into the final braking zone. He's going to get it stopped. Rotated through the corner. And then the run through turn 14. Across the line he goes. It's P4 with 116.8 for Ayan. Then it's the 2 Red Bulls with Olaf just behind Spitfire Boy. Spitfire Boy being on an outlap. R34 is on his out as well. Tech Sport will be the final Or the next car across the line, should I say. He's not on a flying lap, though. I need to invite Joya again. Yes, anyway. Admin stuff. Did he just post that lap? I think Messi just did a 117.1, but he might have just finished. Oh, I'm not sure. Gallups with 17.6. He's just finished a lap, which puts him in P7. And Ayan there is just on his way back into the pit lane. Spitfire Boy will be the next car to the line. He's on mediums though, and so won't be doing very much on this lap, and using the mediums just isn't very good. Because it's... It's 17.2 from Spitfire Boy, which isn't, honestly, all that bad. R34 with a 116.1 to go, a tiny bit faster than what Olaf did. More admin things. Just what you gotta do. Techsport's posted a lap good enough for P7 with a 116.9. Yeah, just Travis heading back into the pit lane, still doing admin stuff. Claudio there is not on a push lap, alright. He was, most likely. He's just invalidated. There is not on the lap either. Charlotte's just started one. I've just finished in 18.0, which isn't a very good time. I would hope that's a used run. Because if it's not, that's a little bit concerning. So at the moment, bottom 5 being Gellert, Claudio, Mystic, Charlotte, Unatos and you'd expect at least one or two of those to get themselves through. Particularly looking at Charlotte and Claudio, I'd expect to be in the top 10, but it's all quite competitive in that sort of like 7th to 13th region. There could be quite a few drivers that find themselves going out, and maybe a few nasty surprises. As a Mercedes just coming out there, bringing out the yellow flag, that's who has... Charlotte's gone. Who's hosting now? And please don't tell me it's an Australian. This is going to be not fun. It's really bad. The servers are not currently cooking. What on earth are you doing? if it stays like this, then we may be forced to call it off. That might be what has to happen. Which really, really sucks. It's not a good situation. No, we don't want to be in this situation. But only option might be calling it off for today. Dr. Gray's retired in P4. I'm still dealing with the admin side. Oh, that's gone faster with 1:15.4. That's a solid lap to be posting in Q2. And you'd imagine he will be on for pole. Still trying to deal with admin. This is not an enjoyable experience. Servers down. I'm having to run everything. I'm trying to stay on task. Yeah. This is going to be bad. Textbook goes P3. Ayan goes P2. Push your textbook down to P4. 16-0 for Ayan. 16.2 from tech support. Still about half a second of what Olaf has managed. Zunatos is going again. Willow now retiring. Charlotte's not gone out again. I'm not sure how long is left because of all these yellow flags. But you'd imagine. Yeah, only a minute left. Charlotte's going to be knocked out here. As I'm not sure if she's actually back in to the lobby. The longer this continues, the more likely we are to call this off. Because this is not going to go well if we keep trying. As Unitas has crashed at turn 4, and now he, even if he makes it through, is going to be pushed out. Spitfire Boy's gone third with a 1:16.1, and will most likely be into Q3. Gellert's there is down on his time in Sector 1. Giannuzzi just starting another. The Aston Martin there of Mystic is just starting one as well. With only 10 seconds to go, might be tight to the line if he gets there. There'll be a few seconds in hand. Should be, yeah, 2-1. He's going to be okay. As Messi now goes in second place with a 15.6. What in the track evolution is going on right now? Some crazy evolution late in the session. Giannuzzi 2.5 tenths up on what he's managed so far. Then Gellert is down and not going to be improving as Kondo with the Alpine. Claudio gets impeded by Gellert, results in contact as he's heading up towards the line. And crossed it now, it's a 1:16.9. He's out in Q2, unfortunately, after that instant he had with Gellert, the impeding at the end of the session. Om coming around the last couple of corners. Is he going to be able to make it through? He'll be pushing Giannuzzi down into the bottom 5 if he can put in a good enough lap as he comes across the line. It's a 16.7. He does for the time being. He is through into Q2. Giannuzzi comes across the line and improves. Om's down into P11 and will be knocked out in Q2. Can Mystic do enough to get himself into the top 10? He's not up by enough just yet as he comes across the line. We'll see what he can do. Goes to P12, and he will be, unfortunately, out in Q2. It's Cloudflare issues. It's not even Ultimate Team. Oh dear. We've got Cloud. I'm checking down detector right now. Yeah. Cloudflare is spiked. Twitter spiked. In reports. EA spiked. EA spiked at 6 PM and has gone down since, which is interesting. Obviously, EA spiking there will be FIFA. That'll be the surging. Cloudflare is currently down. Oh, was reported at 3. It's not been reported very much recently, which is interesting. I'm trying to see about any issues. Oh. I'm trying to look at issues, see what's happening. Steam. Steam is down apparently. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Steam is down. Oh boy. It's had a huge spike in the last half hour. Yeah, it makes sense. Pretty much everyone who's disconnected, not everyone, but most people who disconnected have been on Steam. So, my temptation is go with it and see. So, I think we're just going to go and see. We have Aspie and Dr. Grey currently on qualifying laps, so I've been trying to deal with the logistics of hosting a race when servers are dying left, right, and centre. Right. We're going with it, and the race very well might be voided. Dr. Grey 16.6 to go up into P1. The first driver, of course, to set a lap means he goes to the top of the standings because there is only one driver on the standings. As Willow next car to the line goes with a 1:16.2. Then we've got R34 next driver to the line. We've also got Textbook there, who's not on a push lap anymore because he's backed off that attempt. Spitfire Boy, there's the other Red Bull of Olaf there, who is on an out up, and therefore backing off. Yeah, R34 coming down into the final couple of corners. Into the final braking zone for that at turn 13. He's going to get it rotated and then carry the car all the way around 14. Use the DRS and head up to the line. Now we see what he can do. It's 116.0 to go provisionally to that whole time. GNHC with 116.5 to go. P4 shortly, not far behind what Ayan managed. Then we got the other Williams of Messi, who's just coming to start his first run. Dr. Gray coming back into the pit lane already. Textbook coming back in as well. Then it's Olaf, who's just starting his first run. And then we've got more drivers heading back into the pit lane. We'll follow along with what Olaf can manage. Seemingly the strong favourite for pole position after what happened in Q2, but never say never, and don't get too confident is what I'm going to say. R34 now has disconnected. It's a quick way back to the pit lane, to be fair, if you just disconnect when you're on track. Yeah, see, a 26.1 in the first sector from Olaf as he takes us down. This long straight. Because of looking up the down detector, my track map's gone. Yeah, 43.2 after the first two sectors. Heading down into the braking zone of turn number 11. We are going to go ahead with the race, is the message I am receiving, and so obviously we are running the risk of disconnects. That is a very real possibility, as Messi does a 17.0. Olaf around the final corner. Puts his foot to the floor with DRS as well, coming across the line. It is a 115.6 for him. 4 tenths faster than what's been done by the others. This is a big concern, but we have to try. This is not fun to deal with at all. Not at all. So it's probably Steam issues in combination . Yeah, still just trying to deal with stuff. Willow's back out on the circuit and on a flying lap, just heading through Sector 1, possibly with enough fuel to go for 2 runs, or either that or just going a little bit early. 2.5 tenths up through Sector 1 as someone's just disconnected there. That is Unitos, who's gone. Charlotte literally just said, apart from Unitos, every PC user's been disconnected. Ironic. Yeah, this is going to be a problem as well. Now lost some time through turn 6. Still trying to deal with these issues. I have a sneaking suspicion this race is going to be voided, even if it does go ahead. Which really is what we like to see, isn't it? Where's back in? 3 minutes to go. Should be able to get back out in time. Let's get Unitos back into the session. So yeah, I don't like having to deal with this logistical nightmare, to be frankly honest. Should be 10 in this Q3 session as well, but Unitos is... he crashed in Q2, so can't take further part. Unitos is back, which is good. But I don't know who's hosting now. Textbook coming round the final corner to be, I can't. I'm not having a good day. Ugh. To begin with, it will be his final run of the session with only 1 minute 10 to go. He might have enough time if he really has a quick turnaround, if he messes this one up early. Yeah, it looks unlikely that he's going to be able to post another run after this one. He comes down into turn 6 now. A tiny bit up on his personal best, so you'd assume the lap was lost in this middle sector. As he comes blasting down. Will we get the DRS as well, heading into turn number 9 and 10. The high speed flick to the left and the right. R34 has been able to join back, but R34's only just been able to join back, is the problem. So he's not going to be setting another run in this qualifying session, which is another argument in favour of calling off the race. Textbook takes us down though into the final sector of the lap. We have to assume we are going to keep going, and everyone needs to keep trying, because you can't bank on the race being cancelled. Textbook now through the final corner will use the DRS as he blasts his way up to the line. Across the line, 15.7 to go into P2, a tenth and a bit off what Olaf managed, and a tiny bit faster than R34. The checker flag has now fallen. Dr. Gray has invalidated his lap and so won't be improving. Ian, is he up in his best? He's up by 0.4 of a second, looking to challenge in that top few positions. He needs a bit more time than that if he wants to get ahead of his teammate in P2. He needs about 0.8 to get that front row start as he comes around the final corner of turn 14 using the remaining battery that he's got. Can he get himself up into the front row? No, he can't. He's a tenth off and has to settle for P3. Williams next to the line is going to be messy just there heading into turn number 13, rotating it through into and through quite a high-speed complex into the turn 14. Olaf's invalidated, and so won't be improving on his provisional pole time. Messi improved by a few tenths to go up into P5 with a 1:16.1. A few other improvements there as Unity goes into P4, and that is going to be the qualifying order. It's Olaf on pole, Textbook second place, A in third, Unity fourth, R34 fifth, Messi sixth, Willow seventh, Dr. Gray eighth, and Spitfire Boy in ninth. That's your top 10 order, or top 9 order. Unitos will start 10th. And that's qualifying order. Hopefully, the race goes ahead as expected. We can hope. And if not, we'll come back another day. Right. So the formation lap is getting underway, which we can only hope is a sign of things to come. We do, at the very least, have cars on track for the race. We can hope the race isn't too disrupted, but beyond that, we can only hope that it is not in our hands whether this race is counted or not. And that's the problem. We don't know how bad the steam issues are going to be. We don't know if it's going to affect anyone else. Don't even know who's currently hosting the lobby, frankly. So there are many factors as to why this race should be a disaster, but we can only hope that we do actually get some racing here. So yeah, Olaf on his formation lap, just taking us into the final couple of corners. And there's a lot of drivers starting on hards here, which is interesting because it's the tyre strategy at this track is not nice. It's not a start hards circuit at all, because if you get a safety car early, you box for 2 hards. But, oh, someone's around. Is that Giannuzzi? That's Giannuzzi. Can't park there, so. Right. All we can do is hope and pray that we get a good race today. Like I said, or like I've said a few times, the state of this race is hanging by a thread. There is a very decent chance we don't get racing after all this. But you don't know. Here we go. Fire lights for the Australian Grand Prix. It's lights out. And away we go. And Olaf does seem to have got a pretty good start there. He does. Get enough to cover off tech support into towards turn 1. Giannuzzi up the inside. Off both the Ferraris into turn 1. Can he get himself up into second place from 4th on the grid? Yes, he can. Good start there from Giannuzzi to move up into second place. The 2 Ferraris follow him close behind. But they've got R34 on their tail to worry about before they think about attacking the Williams back. There's a few positions swapped lower down in the field. They all seem to have made it through lap 1 cleanly. 2 drivers obviously at the back, Hartz and Charlotte, aren't in the session again after qualifying. They won't be counted in the race results, of course. Toya's up to 12 after finding his way through the chaos on that one. There goes Spitfire Boy off the circuit, moves Toya up into 11th. The reigning champion looking to make it up for the end of his last season, picking up a few qualifying bans and getting himself up into the top 10 already from the back of the grid before they've even done half of lap 1. Is going off, takes aboard, through the high-speed chicane, he's stuck there, off the circuit, being able to rejoin, and he's disconnected. Oh, there's a first of quite possibly many in this race that will, I have no doubt, be interrupting us all throughout, really. Doesn't show him online, I'll get him back when we can. And I'm going to keep a mental tally of what's gone on with the disconnect. So if it keeps up like this, if we get like a disconnected lap, we're not counting the race results, frankly. Okay, he's been able to join back. That's good. Almost sped in the pit lane when pitting on lap 1 to change a front wing. He's gone on to a second set of the hards. Needs to box again. Has a 10-second. Gellert and Messi swapping places there. Toya up into 8th because of everything that happened on lap 1. Looking to pick off Umatos for 7th, sorry. Olaf still leads. Giannuzzi in second place. Should be far enough back that the Red Bull doesn't have to worry. He's got more battery as well. Dr. Gray just about keeping the DRS train alive at this stage. Toya following behind. He's going to want to make progress, but he doesn't want to do anything stupid. It's better to make slow and steady progress than try to be the hero. Go for something a little bit silly and ruin yours and someone else's race. Oh, Spitfire Boy's gone off. He's got front wing damage as well on the left-hand side. Spitfire Boy could be coming into the pit lane here. Off those hard tyres already. He's going to keep going. It's the fastest lap of the race from Toya. Down in 8th place, looking to try and challenge for that P7 from Unitos. Does he have the opportunity here if he burns some of that battery? He's close behind. Following in the wheel tracks the Mercedes. He's going to back out. He's not going for the move just yet. He's going to wait. Find his moment later on. And go past then. The AI cars at the back having a bit of a scrap. Always nice to see. Fighting for who's going to be first to not be included in the race results at all. They're not even going to be disqualified. They're just not going to be Charlotte, actually, no, to be fair. Charlotte's been able to join back. Only down in 18th place, so you never know. Could still get a result if we get some chaos. Toy moves up into P7 and from the back of the grid. After 2.5 laps, he's up. What, 18? No, not 18. He's up like 11 positions. Not bad. In the first few laps, he's going to hope he can keep up that, that charge through the field as we continue on. And see, can he hold off, or can he catch up to that leading pack and take the victory? Charlotte now back in the session and in control of her car, but it's pretty much race over for the Racing Bulls. Toya with another fastest lap, 2 in a row now, as he sets his sights on Dr. Gray, who's on those hard tyres, which will be getting better lap after lap relative to the medium, which is obviously dropping off a lot faster. But at this stage, the medium should still be the faster tyre. Toya should have the overall pace advantage as well. And as he follows up close into turn 6, should have the opportunity to go past if he can get a good run. But he goes wide, misses his apex, and that's going to cost him a decent bit of straight line speed. Now he sits 5/10 of a second. It probably won't be enough unless he burns a lot of his battery here. He's going to have to sit behind. Can't make the move on this lap because he went off at turn 6. He's almost thought about sticking a wheel up the inside into the high-speed chicane there at turn 9, which would be a very bold place to go for the move, and frankly quite stupid from the position he was in. And yeah, he's wise to back out of that one. The reigning champion on 0 points so far after having an incident with the barriers in Las Vegas. He literally just understeered and threw in the zone, which is a rather uncharacteristic error. We've not really seen him make a move, pull a move like that, but it can happen, because it did. Olaf unable to shake off Giannuzzi at the front of this train, as Willow moves past R34, who I think ran wide. Is that another 3-second penalty for Mystic? No, it's just a first at this stage. TechSport moves past Spitfire Boy up into 15th place. I think Spitfire Boy might have gone a bit wide somewhere. Is Troy going to be close enough on this occasion? He's been able to stay close through the chicane. And so this time with the DRS, he should have enough battery to move past around the outside and up into P6. Next up is R34, who shouldn't make it too difficult for him. Obviously, the two McLaren drivers should be able to work together here. Although R34 is going to think about going for the move on Willow, going to pull to the outside into turn number 11. Not far enough alongside, can't make the move work. And stays in that P5. Toya now right behind his teammate. And the McLarens would, he would hope that his teammate isn't going to fight him and they just swap positions quite easily. But R34 doesn't seem to be jumping out the way for his teammate. He might have to put a little bit of battery into it. You'd expect R34 won't fight him too much down the straight, but there's been no swaps in position so far from the two McLaren guys. Don't know if Toy is expecting R34 to get out of the way. I don't know if he's planning him just not to fight very hard. Because obviously these two are both individuals. They'll both have their own ideas of how to manage their own races. And they'll value the Constructors' Championship to a different extent. Here comes Toy, though. He's got low wings. He's got battery to deploy. But R34 is going to fight him. The two McLaren drivers make contact, both into the wall. R34 goes spinning down the field, over the grass, down into P8. The McLaren drivers collide. And R34 is missing his front wing, down in P9. And that's not what either of them needed. The tension's flaring at McLaren, who scored 0 points last week. Now not having the best, not going well for them either. Ty from the back of the grid worked his way up to where his teammate was, only for the pair to collide. Is this relationship at McLaren going to boil over sooner rather than later if they keep fighting the way they are now? Not doing each other any favours. You know, R34 defending against his teammate and then seemingly moved over, which resulted in the contact. He went slamming into the wall. Toya got forced into it as well, but you know, to with a much lesser force and a shallower angle. There goes Toya. This time goes past Willow into P4, and that one was a lot easier than getting past his teammate. But Toya up into P4 on lap 7, having started at the back of the grid. It's good going from the McLaren driver, even with that incident. You know, the minor setback of contact with his teammate that didn't help either of them. But yeah, so that's a moment in this race. And how will that affect the dynamic between the two McLaren drivers? Will they be able to stay? Like, will they stay on good terms, or are they going to be hostile to each other? Will they work together for the championship or against one another? Because on paper, that McLaren driver lineup is crazy. That is the best lineup on the grid, on paper. But if they keep tangling, as Giannuzzi goes wide, that's A and through. Can Toy go past as well? Yes, he can. Why is what's going on with Giannuzzi? He's got a really poor exit. I think he's hit the wall, moving over. Oh, don't tell me he's disconnected. He's got damage to the left-hand side. And he's down into P5. I think he will have tapped the wall, possibly on the exit of turn 7. And his race, that started off so well with that brilliant start, is beginning to unravel as he's now down into P6 with damage limping the car around. And all of that has brought Toya onto the podium places. Is Giannuzzi going to come into the pit lane, to change that front wing? I think he is, yeah. In he comes. And his race has taken a really drastic downwards turn. So now Ayan back into second place. I don't think he's actually held second during this race. He started third, I believe. Yes, he did. Toya up 15 places in 8 laps is crazy. He's doing 2 places a lap on average. Obviously, that's skewed by lap 1. He made a lot of progress there, but yeah, he's not far back. If he's got enough battery to go for it, he could get past Ayan here. As Ormond Business has crashed out! And that's the safety car deployed just after Giannuzzi pitted. Mr. Business is in the wall on the exit of turn 5. He's out of the race. R34 picks up a 3-second time penalty under the safety car. But it's Mr. Business in the wall. And Haas now, after leading the championship after round 1, are going to finish round 2 on 0 points. And this Constructors' Championship has been wide open. The good thing is that this massively brings Charlotte and Techsport, the 2 disconnected runners, back into the race. Techsport, I believe, yet to pit. He can get a pretty cheap stop in. Charlotte's in a bit more trouble. Because, you know, those guys on the mediums can go onto a hard that will take them to the end of the race. As, yeah. Everyone onto the hards. No one... I mean, Messi started on the hards. He has to go onto the mediums. But everyone coming off the mediums is heading onto the white-walled hard. Taiji Iannuzzi is going to stay out. As I'd imagine, will R34 I don't know what he's going to do. Om's going to come into the pit lane. Which makes sense, I think. I would have done the same in that situation. Go back onto those... Does he go back onto the hards or does he go onto a medium? Okay. I was going to question it. I know exactly what Charlotte's doing. She wants to come into the pit lane again and go onto a hard that will take it to the end. And Om is doing the same. Yep. Okay, that makes perfect sense, actually. They're both going to go onto a hard tyre that will take them to the end because everyone else who's on the hard tyres has been forced onto a medium, which will not take them to the end of the race because it can't go that far. And so, yeah, well, let's... What can Toy do now that he's in the lead train? How will tyre management come into this race as well? And will Charlotte and Om actually catch up to the safety car train? That one I'd imagine would be a yes. Surely they catch up from the position they're in. So the only retirement so far is Mr. Business. Om stayed out. I don't know if Om's getting scared of not catching the safety car. Because I don't understand the reason to stay out otherwise, unless he's predicting another safety car. Because, yeah, Charlotte's emerged so that she'll comfortably catch back up. Because through Sector 1 they go so slowly. There's Charlotte, there's the safety car train, and that's Charlotte caught back up. So what was the point in Om staying out other than he genuinely wants the soft tyre? Which would be an interesting choice. The soft I don't think is terrible here. It's the C5. It's not great, actually. Yeah, no, I take. Yeah. It's in. It is in this lap. Interesting. Well, so Om's on the soft tyres, which will be interesting, how that affects this race. Olaf's going to lead them on the safety car restart. Mr. Business has left the session, but that's because he's out. He's not disconnected, thankfully. And there you go! On the safety car restart, Olaf leads them away. And keeping that comfortable second place. There's position swaps as Unitos goes past Dr. Gray into turn 1. Around the outside, Dr. Gray manages to hold him off. Unitos picks up a 3-second time bounty as he runs slightly wide on the exit. And yeah, just off the track, gets to the track limits warning. That's his third of the race. And so, it's a time bounty. Then Messi down the inside, moves himself up into P6 there. Spitfire Boy and Mystic having a battle a bit further down. But Toya is right there with Ayan. And the no DRS doesn't really matter because they would be in a DRS train anyway. So, it is Toya going to be fast enough to dump the battery and go past. He's going to try it. Heading down into turn number 9 where he collided with his teammate earlier on in the race. He's going to take the inside line on this occasion. Can he make the move done? He can't quite. And carries the speed with the ideal line. But the X is a little bit compromised. Here he comes again. Down into turn 11 on the inside. Can he get the move done on this occasion? Yes, he can. Toys up into second. From the back of the grid. Took him 12 laps to reach this point. And now, what can he do? Challenging, potentially for the race lead. What will the wings be like is the main thing. There'll be no DRS until they get out of turn 8 again on the next occasion. Everyone's still within the 1 second of everyone else except Hearts, who's 7 seconds off the pace, but that's an AI, so we don't count that. 3 seconds for Gellert, which I believe is his second of the race. They're still yet to have a yellow flag since the restart. It's Charlotte and Spitfire Boy going side by side. Charlotte has the inside line for turn 5. There's been a wheel-to-wheel contact as they try to go around. The Spitfire Boy now getting involved with Gellert as well. He hits the wall and out of the race. And that is a second safety car. Gellert's getting tangled in the battle between Spitfire Boy and Charlotte. Resulted in him being forced slightly wide, hit the barrier on the left-hand side, and that was his race over. And the second safety car of the race means another little reset. Could make a stop if he so chooses, but he gained absolutely nothing from staying out. No one pit, surely. No one. Or maybe some of the guys on mediums. Going to the end on mediums would be a lot easier now. Claudio's in. Interesting. Why is Spitfire Boy's in? So some of the guys lower down. Makes sense, yeah. The people that are slightly lower down on a tyre that's unlikely to make the end. It is possible for those on the it is possible for those on the mediums to go to the end. That will be possible. The tyres will be pretty dire at the end, but if they manage them well, and with the help of the safety cars, those mediums could make the end. I'd still rather be on a hard in this position with 15 laps to go. 15 racing laps to go. I didn't pay enough attention to see who that was that disconnected, so hopefully it's not a driver. Because if it was, that would be unfortunate. That was someone. I need to pay more attention when I'm having to be worrying about disconnects. I need to be paying more attention to who's disconnecting. I really do, because that wouldn't. That was tech support, or was that him joining back? Wait, I'm watching back on the stream. That was him joining back, so that would have been him that disconnected. Yeah, okay. Fine. Not ideal, but fine. So you guys should be in this lap. Which... yeah. So, yeah, with the safety car in, it'll mean we have 14 racing laps left. You know, which would be pretty horrible on mediums, but it's doable. Especially if we get another one. Yeah, like another safety car. And if I'm not mistaken, safety car should be in this lap. So, Olaf backs them up through the last couple of corners because he dictates when they go. With the safety car back in the pit lane, he's got Toya hot on his heels now. He's got to be a lot more careful about what he does. He's got to pick his move. And off he goes, accelerating away on the safety car restart. And he's left Toya a little bit napping. Toya's got Ayan right up behind him, who's going to want to reclaim that second place. Is he going to be close enough? No, he's not. Olaf leads away from Toya. Ayan, no change to the front. That's Dr. Gray spinning off on the at turn 1. Facing the wrong way, falls down to the back of the field. Disaster for him. His race was going actually really well. There's Edison Giannuzzi tangling there. There's someone else as well. There's Claudio, who's got missing end plates on both sides. Takesport still isn't back in. So possibly he disconnected again, I'm not sure. Spitfire Boy in R34. There's now Dr. Gray's left the session as well. I'm going to try and keep on top of that as best as possible. But I don't really have the opportunity to just at this moment. Olaf and Toya getting rather close to one another on track. Toya has more battery. Is he going to fancy the move just yet? I don't think he is. I think he's that little bit too far back. I need Dr. Gray. I need tech support as well. Tech support can probably join off Ayan on Xbox is what I'd guess. That's Charlotte in the wall with no wing facing the wrong way. Having had a spin off on the exit of turn 10, most likely the car, she dropped it through 9. That's what I'd guess. DRS enabled, which will allow Toya to have the opportunity. Arms crashed at the final corner, and it's a third safety car. We've had 3 safety cars with 2 racing laps in between. I mean, all of these safety cars are a massive, massive help to anyone on the medium tyres. Dr. Gray can now rejoin the session. His AI has just pitted him for 9 lap hards. GG. Dr. Gray's AI has just pitted him for 9 lap hards. Charlotte goes on to mediums, which makes sense at this time frame. I'm going to keep trying to get Dr. Gray back into the session, but he might just have rage quit. After that spin. I don't know. What's going on here with position swapping? Oh, Messi and Mystic are in the pit lane. I'm going to keep watching this because it's fun to watch. I love desync. Or at least when I'm not driving I do, because it's funny. Thankfully, disconnects haven't interfered with this race too much. But Tom. Oh my god, that's a clip. Right. So, we're going to try again. Maybe we'll actually get racing this time. And hopefully without too many disconnects. And without too many crashes. Yeah. So far, I'm happy with how the race has gone from a we haven't had to call it off perspective. Anything is better than cancellation. But fairness is more important than a race. Like, it's more important that we get a fair race, like that we get something fair, than we have a race. Because there's no point racing with 5 people when there are 10 people on Steam that would be there, but they all can't because Steam's broken. Like, or whatever the issue may be. It's funny because all of the disconnects we've had have been from non-Steam drivers in the race. Apart from, yeah. It's literally been all non-Steam players. Which is crazy. Has Dr. Gray been able to rejoin? No, it hasn't. Let's try again. So you guys should be in this lap, I'd guess. Which means we have 10 laps to the end. The mediums have done like 2 racing laps on them. And they'll be fine to the end. Dr. Gray's in! Nice. Okay. Hopefully we actually get racing. Safety car in this lap, as I just predicted. And so, this will be interesting. Very, very interesting. Because Toy's not being able to get past without DRS. And if it keeps going like this, we won't get any DRS. Oh, this race has been stupid. This race has been very stupid, but it's been quite fun. I've quite enjoyed it. I've quite enjoyed this one. Yeah, and then anything better than no race at all. So, Olaf is going to be once again in control of the safety car restart, and has he gone early this time? Out of the last corner, yes he has, but this time Toy's gone right with him, sitting at 0.2 of a second as they head towards turn 1. He's caught A and napping for sure though, as he's got Weller right up behind him. But yeah, these guys heading down, fighting for the race lead. Toya and Olaf further down in the field. There's positions being swapped around. Tech Sport moving up into 12th place on 10 lap old hard tyres. Although actually those won't be disastrous because they're the same. Yeah, those like aren't old at all. Now that I look at their actual age, they've had like 3 racing laps on them. Probably not even that. Is Toy going to be close enough? Does he have enough battery to burn? If he wants to go past into the race lead, he's not going to. Yeah, he's not going to be able to do. He's not going to be able to just yet. He's going to have to wait and go for it a little bit later. Give it another lap, and he could well be past R34 and Charlotte having a battle into turn 9. R34 moves ahead up into 13th place, but he's got a time penalty, which is going to have to be added onto his race time. Messi and Spitfire Boy going up. Battling for that 8th place. Toya has a pretty much full battery as they come around to the last corner, and hopefully this time he'll be able to use it without a safety car in the next few corners. DRS enabled again as we head back into turn 1 for the first time in quite a long time. We've actually got cars who have made it to turn 1 on this occasion. And Toy is following closely behind Olaf ahead of him, looking to move past into the race lead. He'll get the DRS. Admittedly, it's actually quite a short DRS zone, considering how long the straight is. Mystic moves past Spitfire Boy down into 10th place. But here comes Toya. He's going to get the DRS. He's already in the slipstream. He moves past and is comfortably into the race lead. It took him 20.5 laps. But Toya leads the Australian Grand Prix from the back of the grid. And can he open up that gap? Can he break DRS? Possibly. I would doubt it. But it is definitely doable. Not on this occasion. But it's possible for Toya to break out of DRS. The main question is, can he reassert his title challenge with a win? Because the issue he has is that he got 0 last week. You know, and in the grand scheme of things, a 0-point race, especially in the first race, it's quite a big deal. Fastest laps snaking their way down the field, going down to Messi on those medium tyres makes perfect sense, really. 0.7 of a second is the gap between Toya and Olaf. If Toya can get a nice first sector here, he can maybe think about breaking that DRS, but 8.5 tenths is not going to be enough. Olaf is going to stay in the DRS, albeit barely. And for the time being, Toya's not able to pull away. But I don't think he's going to be able to stay there for long. He doesn't have much battery, and he's pretty much already 1 second behind the race leader. Toya now has his sights on pulling away and winning this race. From the back of the grid, it's been a very well-managed drive so far. The contact with his teammate is obviously suboptimal for him and for R34, but from what I saw, I don't think he would get penalised if it were to be reported. But again, I've seen one angle once. I've not seen it back. I'm going off memory and what I saw at the time. 0.8 of a second is the separator as they head through turns 1 and 2 again. R34 moves past into 10th place, getting himself back into the points, but with those time penalties, he could be at risk of falling further out. Now, is the gap going to be enough again? It's going to 0.8 of a second. Olaf goes wide, trying to carry as much speed as he can. 0.8 heading into turn number 6. Is Toya going to be able to break it as they come to the DRS line? It's going to be 0.9 of a second. And once again, it's not quite enough, but all it takes is a major mistake from Olaf, and that's gone because he's struggling to stay in the 1 second. But he gets DRS here, which gives him a huge advantage over Ayan and the cars behind him that were previously profiting off his DRS the entire race. Now it's the other way around. Olaf has DRS, they don't, and he's pulling away. And yeah, Toya's just not able to break DRS, but if he can save up the battery to have a full charge at the end, he should be more than safe. When it gets to the final lap, he shouldn't really be at risk of being overtaken. It's harder than you'd think to overtake at this track. It's really dodgy. Because just the DRS zones are all so short, and the corners following them are so high speed. It's hard to follow through turn 6. The DRS zone following it is actually rather short. It's pretty much impossible to follow through 9-10. The DRS zone after that's quite short. Turn 11, you won't be close enough to overtake into. It's quite hard to follow through turn 14 as Messi goes past Giannuzzi there. Giannuzzi going wide, loses the place. Has he cost Messi DRS? Yes, he has. Messi loses the DRS there to Unitos and Willow. If it's hard to follow through turn 14, DRS into turn 1 is quite short into a high-speed corner. It's just not a track that's very good for overtaking, which is a shame, because it feels like it should be. With these cars, this track is not good for overtaking, which it's so sad. It's just DRS train central, because you can't pass, but you can follow close with but you can get DRS, and there's 4 DRS zones, so you can just stick behind someone. It's unfortunate because you can pass if you've got wings that are about 20 lower than the car in front of you. As it's a 6-second penalty for Willow now, which is going to be a big disadvantage in the long run. Mystic runs wide through turns 1 and 2, falls behind Giannuzzi, R34 and tech support. Those two going side by side just in front of him. You can see there tech support backs out of it, wisely so, conceding the place to R34 and falling down into 9th. Toy has tried again to break the DRS, you can tell, because he's lost that battery that he started to stockpile. Yeah, and it's just not quite going how he'd want it to. But he should still be safe. There's 4 laps to go at the end of this one. And there's this train here of the 2 Williams cars and then those behind. Messi, Giannuzzi, R34 and tech support all in the DRS train. Tech support will jump the 2 in front of him, but due to not having a time penalty as things stand. As Claudio there picks up a 3-second, down in 14th place, missing both end plates of his car. But he should still get that position. Oh, someone's gone off. There's a big shot into the wall. It's tech support! Just after I said that he should get that P7 because he doesn't have time penalties. He goes and puts it in the wall at the last corner. Luckily, he's going to carry on in the race, but with heavy damage, he's unlikely to score points. Unless there are some severe penalties for those in front of him, which is possible. I haven't seen all that many incidents. Oh, there's a safety car. What's the safety car for? Someone must have gone off, but where? Because there's no way that's a continuation of tech support's crash. Well, that really shakes things up. Do these guys box? Do you box? Toya surely does. He's got a soft, right? To box or not to box? Not to box for Toya. They're all staying out. Untos comes in. Willow comes in. Messi stays out. Giannuzzi dives in. R34 stays out. Mystic stays out. Charlotte's in. It's a 50-50 split. It's really a 50-50 of those who have boxed. It's a big for tech support, obviously. He can change the wing and come out just where he was. It's big for Dr. Gray because he serves a 10-second and gets out of that horrible situation he was in. Now, those that didn't box have a nice buffer of especially like Toya and Olaf. They should finish 1 and 2 in this race, Toya and Olaf. We might genuinely get 1 racing lap. It might come in at the end of lap 28. It must do, because it can't come in at the end of this lap. We are going to get 1 racing lap to the checkered flag. There'll be no DRS. Don't think it's worth it to box. I don't think boxing was the right call. Has Dr. Gray stayed out? He has. It's in this lap. This lap. The safety car's been out for one solitary lap before it comes back in again. Half the field isn't going to catch up, depending on how slow we go. It's going to be tech support. Will tech support catch? It depends how slow Toya fancies taking this restart. Depends how much of a gentleman he wants to be. Tech support's having to push on these softs to even make it. His ERS isn't working. That's fun. Tech support might just about catch up. He'll be like just off. No, he won't. He'll be just off the train. Toya goes early. Round the last corner. Toya's already gone. And he leads them away. On the safety car restart. Onto the penultimate lap of the race. Unitos already trying to go past Mystic on the inside into turn 1. Making good use of those soft tyres that he pitted for as they go wheel to wheel. Unitos moves ahead. Mystic goes off the track, keeps the position. Unitos now with the run. It's 3 wide as well with Willow there on the outside. Unitos, I think, moves past into 6th place. Willow 7th. Giannuzzi up into 8th around the outside. Mystic being really just a sitting duck because Charlotte's now there in P10. Is she going to stick a wheel up into 5? There's contact! There's a big shunt into the wall. Mystic out of the race. Charlotte's gone off again. And that's her finishing outside the points today. As tech support straight into the wall. Tech support's out as well. What's happened there? Tech support's out. Charlotte's out. Mystic's out. Obviously Charlotte's not officially out, but that's her race done outside the point. Oh, there's more contact. That's Dr. Gray getting involved in a bit of argy-bargy round the last couple of corners. Now Unitos, with those soft tyres, are going to want to use them to good effect. Because Charlotte was on for P5, really, because she didn't have a penalty. Is Unitos going to go for the move into turn 1? He's not. He's going to wait. Now he should get the run on R34, but he's a mistake. He goes with a snap of oversteer at the apex. Does he get damage from that? He does. He's missing his right-hand end plate, which honestly, at this stage in the race, might just be an advantage because it makes him faster on that last straight. Or not the last straight, but the main straight of this circuit, which is coming up in just a corner's time. Toya leads by just under 1 second. It is a second, but he will just about break DRS to Olaf. I know he hasn't quite broken the DRS, but it should still be more than enough for him. Unitos looking to challenge R34, trying to go past on the inside. Unitos moves up into 5th place, and because of all the time penalties, he should stay there as things stand, but no further, because he's not going to be close enough to go past Messi and gap those 3 seconds. Toya, though, from the back of the grid, takes us into the last sector, and he's going to absolutely redeem himself for last week. He just got the final 2 corners to navigate before he's going to take that sweet victory from the back of the grid. Very well executed in the opening stage of this race. Toya wins the Australian Grand Prix. Olaf in 2nd place on a very, very strong debut performance. A in 3rd. Messi in 4th. Unitos takes 5th with that late charge on those softs. R34 in 6th place. 7th goes to Giannuzzi. LS in 8th. Willow 9th, Spitfire Boy, takes the final point in 10th. Charlotte, unfortunate to miss out in 11th after all of those incidents at the end. And yeah, it's a brilliant drive from Toya to be up there. The thing with Toya was, A, he kept his nose clean, and B, he made the position, he made the places in the laps of racing that we had in the start before it descended into total chaos. Pretty much clean sweep of the accolades. Fair play. Yeah, that's deserved. Yeah, that was fun. I'm glad we didn't cancel that. I'm very glad we didn't cancel. That was really, really fun. Yeah. Race victory for Toya. Olaf 2nd place. Could be... Unlucky, he said he lost his force feedback on the safety car. A in 3rd, Messi 4th with the fastest lap. Unitos R34, Giannuzzi, LS, Willow and Spitfire Boy. Outside the points is Charlotte, Claudio and Dr. Gray. Obviously Hearts not being classified. Tech Support didn't finish, neither did Mystic. Nor did Gellerts and Mr. Business. We thank you for watching the stream. It was fun in the end. Could have been quite a disastrous race. But yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that at the end. Very well deserved from Toya. Gets himself straight back into the championship fight. Quite possibly tied leading it, because no one else picked up that many points. So the championship's still wide open after 2 races. Constructors 2, 0 points for Haas in this one. And yeah, thank you for watching the stream. It was really fun in the end. And hope to see you next week. Where are we next week? We are Zandvoort. Gotta love a bit of Zandvoort.